Remember when we were children, often we cried to not go to school and play instead. We loved playing over attending boring classes, but we had to attend them because our parents forced us to do so. We had no opportunity to skip classes much. Perhaps that is why most of us are formally educated now. Directly or indirectly, our parents controlled our works and habits in our childhood to make us a better person. Now imagine a childhood without parents' control. No school, no tuition, and most importantly, no habit control by anyone. Can you see a bright future in such a condition? Perhaps not. Whatever we do or prevent ourselves from doing decides our coming life. That is why it is necessary to have control over our day-to-day works and habits. And here comes the importance of self-control. People with better self-control eat more healthy, do more exercise, sleep better, drink less alcohol, smoke fewer cigarettes, achieve higher grades at university, have more peaceful relationship, are more financially secure, and enjoy stronger physical and mental health. Duke University once experimented with 1,000 students. They assessed self-control skill, intelligence, and social class and examined what impact these characteristics had on being successful in life. It was found that those from better financial class, more intelligence, and self-control became more successful. The more the children improved their self-control skill during adolescence, the more successful they become 30 years later. Successful self-control means sacrificing immediate pleasure and choosing the delay reward, while self-control failure means sacrificing the delay reward and choosing immediate pleasure. This theory is known as time inconsistency, which I described in another video of mine. This is Suresh. Suresh lives a difficult life. He recently lost his job and started being a freelancer. He is also in a toxic relationship. Overall, he is living an unhappy and stressful life. To get relief from the stress, he often smokes cigarettes, which is about 2 packets, that is 20 cigarettes every day. He knows smoking will bring health problems in the future, but still he can't stop smoking. It is because it helps him to get the stress out of his head quickly every time he smokes. Here, Suresh has adopted immediate pleasure, which is the cigarette, instead of the delay reward, which is good health. This immediate pleasure can be anything. It can be eating fast food or unhealthy tasty food instead of healthy routine diet. It can be going to party with friends leaving some important work. It can also be not going to work out and choosing Netflix. Now you may think, if we stop doing everything that makes us happy, let it be eating out, going for a party, or watching Netflix, we will have to live a boring and unhappy life. Why sacrifices our little happiness? It is completely normal to think that way, but we should also know that all these bad habits are the real reason for our unhappy life. They bring us happiness in the short term, but in the long term it makes us more unhappy. Let me clear this. Eating fast food may look delicious, but it causes major health effect in future. Going for a party, leaving important work may bring entertainment in the short term, but the real stress comes when we cross the deadline and it becomes a real reason for a bad mood. And above all of this comes the sin of guilty on having a bad habit. This guilt makes us unhappier than the consequences itself. Having self-control over our doings makes us happier in the long term than living with bad habits. Many of us may feel like having self-control is a difficult task, but it is never like that. We simply need to know the ways, and it is as easier as breathing. Number 1. Believe in your self-control capacity. Most of the people fail to manage themselves and their self-control because they think they have limited capacity. But at the same time, there are people with opposite attitude. For some people, controlling themselves from doing something feels like doing hard work and limiting their freedom, but it is not. Always have a positive attitude and believe more you control yourself from bad habits, better and happier your life becomes. If you think your capacity is limited, you should start with a less difficult habit and build your confidence first. Number 2. Have 1-2 mindset. When you decide to do something, we often do it either we want to do it or we have to do it. Let's say I have decided to get up early in the morning. Now, two senses are there. First one is that I want to get up early because I often get late for my office. That is, I have to or I will be fired from my job. Another possibility is that I genuinely want to get up early for my good health and be more active. In this case, we genuinely want to get up, hence it comes to want to category. Now let's understand why have to thing doesn't work compared to want to. In a study, two smokers were kept under two different circumstances. Smoker A was kept under pressure to not smoke any cigarettes, and smoker B was left normally. One day, both of them were left free and their movements were noticed. It was found that the one who was under pressure to not smoke actually smoked 3 times more cigarettes than the one left without any condition. Those who self-control anything because of some external reasons, their performance remains best for the short term, but in the long term, they either fail or end up continuing with the bad habit even more. Number 3. Convert have to into want to. To build a want to mindset, one needs to have very strong willpower. This willpower will slowly convert have to mindset into want to mindset, making it easy to maintain self-control. If you wake up late, it means that you don't have the willpower. Now make a timetable and add something exciting to do in the morning. That excitement will convert into willpower and resulted in a want to mindset. Number 4. Minimize your option. Whenever there comes a situation where self-control is needed, you might have noticed that there is always an alternative option for that. If you are stressed and you need a cigarette to remove the stress out of the head, there is also an alternative to stress removal. Drink some water, go out and have some fresh air or play a song. This is a much better alternative than a cigarette and it doesn't cost you anything. Here you can remove one option of stress removal by not keeping any cigarette with you all the time, after which you will have only one option left, that is the second one. Number 5. Stay motivated. Even if you apply all these methods in your life, there will come a time when you will be demotivated and feel like discontinuing it. That is when we need some motivation. You can overcome this by having a mentor. Whenever you feel demotivated, you can follow them and take inspirations to maintain your good habits. That's all for this topic, guys. If you have any questions, you can comment it down. If you like the video, please check out our other videos too. For more such contents, please subscribe to the channel.